Okay, so the question is saying that Preeti reached the metro station and found that the escalator was not working. She walked up the stationary escalator in time t1. On other days, if she remains stationary on the moving escalator, then the escalator takes her up in time t2. The time taken by her to walk up on the moving escalator will be. So we have to find the time taken by Preeti when she walks up on the moving escalator. Okay, so let's look at this question in a bit more detail. Okay, so let's assume that this is the ground floor of the metro station and this is the first floor of the metro station, and this be the escalator. Okay, so let this distance be x, and she reached in the first case in time t1. Okay, so in case 1 she reached in time t1, and the velocity here, or the speed here, is actually the velocity of Preeti only, because the escalator is stationary in this case. Escalator was not working, so she walked up. Okay, that means the velocity here is equal to velocity of Preeti only. Okay, velocity here is of velocity of Preeti only. In the second case, if she remained stationary on the moving escalator, then she reached in time t2. Okay, so in the next case, the time taken is t2, and the velocity here in the second case is ve, because here the velocity is ve because she remains stationary and the escalator is moving. Okay, and we know that velocity is equal to distance or displacement actually by time. Okay, so in the first case, velocity of Preeti would be x by t1, and in the second case, from the second case we can derive that velocity of the escalator is equal to x by t2. Okay, so we need to find the time taken by Preeti when she walks up on the moving escalator, which means in the final case, in the third case, the velocity is equal to velocity of Preeti plus velocity of escalator. Okay, which is equal to x by t1 plus x by t2, and here we know that x by t is equal to velocity. So in order to find the time, we have to find what is the value of x by v. Right, from this equation, on rearranging, we will get t is equal to x by v. So here the time period t net would be is equal to x by v net. Right, so the displacement is x itself, because in the final case she is walking up the escalator and the escalator is moving, so there is no change in the total displacement, it is x itself. So that would be x by v net. We have already found the value of v net. This is the value of v net. Okay, so we have to substitute here, and we can simplify it as x into 1 by t1 plus 1 by t2. Okay, so on substituting that value here, instead of v net, x into 1 by t1 plus 1 by t2, we can cancel this x present in the numerator and in the denominator. So the value will turn out to be something like 1 by t1 plus 1 by t2. Okay, so on cross multiplication we will get 1 by t2 plus t1 by t1 t2, which is equal to t1 t2 by t1 plus t2. Okay, so let's check into the options. t1 t2 by t1 plus t2 is actually the option B, and that is the correct answer.